Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Reacts. And Boy Stable is back in as from the selections. This came in pre us doing the Filthy 15,
Did
but it's
it?
just
I
been
assumed it
sat
was.
in the middle of the list for so long that it's only finally now getting to the
Oh
top.
man, because we did it's Prince. Spoilers. We did Prince in Filthy 15, and I don't think we'd ever spoken about Prince offline, and we both discovered that we were both absolute lovers of Prince. So we kind of said, oh yeah, we'll do more Prince now that it's on there. But yeah, I had assumed that this had birthed from our Filthy 15 watch.
No, this has been sat in the list, and that tells you how long the list is. That this was in pre Filthy 15,
Yeah,
and is only now
yeah.
getting picked up.
Lot of
So
music out there. You
it
say
is
stable of
his
boys,
purpleness.
and they are in my. He is in my stable of boys, but I also think of it as one of those videos that I know I'm probably going to have to put 85 copyright claims in to try and get this on the channel.
So yes, it is his purpleness, Prince and the Revolution, and it is Raspberry Beret. Um, Let me guess. Have you heard this before?
And I know what it says up there, but every now and again, for if this is your first time, every now and again, a lot of the time, if listeners, viewers, whatever term, put stuff in that we both know really well, often we'll kind of go, yeah, okay, we won't do that, but we like to slip one in every now and again because sometimes it's nice to have us just listen to a song that we both know we really like.
And also, we can't expect that everyone was, alive in the 80s and heard this
Yeah.
as much as we did because we grew up with it.
Well, and sometimes it's been a while, isn't it? Like sometimes we've revisited songs because as much as we loved them, it might have been a couple of years since they've appeared on a playlist for us, and you know, things change over time, don't they? Like your taste change, and sometimes the eye of you now on something you really liked doesn't always bear up. Although I'm pretty confident this is going to because it's going around in my head before it's even started.
So, shall we go hat shopping with his purpleness?
Yes, and yes, as we say, at the very least, regardless of what we get out of this, anyone who hasn't heard this, enjoy. It's absolutely banging. Let's do this.
kicks. She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret, and if it was worn, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry beret, I think I love her. The rain sounds so cool when it hits the bottom roof. The horses wonder who you are. The thunder drowns out, but the lightning sees. You feel like a movie star. Listen, they say the first time make the greatest. But I tell ya, if I had the chance to do it all again, I wouldn't change a stroke. 'Cause baby, I'm the most. But a girl as fine as she was then.
Raspberry Beret.
The kind of the girl that you'd find at a second-hand store.
Best song about a fruit hat ever?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, P.S. Like, I don't know whether it is as much as that's the throwaway gag. Ha ha ha. Any other songs about fruit hats? Let us know. I'll be down for doing a direct comparison of fruit hat songs. Bound to be one about a banana or something like that, isn't there?
Probably. Does this, after nearly 40 years, still hold up?
I mean, like, it's one of, I would say, and the beauty of Prince's catalogue of work is, whilst I think always having the ability to play in the world of pop, I would say one of the poppier songs, but this for me is a prime example. If I'm going to put a prime example in front of anyone of how, why, and when pop can be good, and how, why, and when is when you take a musical master, and do probably one of the kind of chirpiest, sunshiniest efforts, poppiest efforts it's got, and seeing how that doesn't have to. It can follow kind of some catchy pop formulas, but have reams and reams of beautifully crafted, conceived musical complexity around it. I mean, like, he doesn't go A to B to C to D to E, does he? He goes A to A part 1, part 2, part 3, which is setting up B, but while B is coming in, we're getting glimpses of what will be in C, and just layers. Like we said about revisiting it, I think, listening to it again for the first time in a while, I don't think I'd realised just how textured that piece of music is. Bloody brilliant.
It is one of those for me, because obviously I automatically just go, oh yeah, it's 80s pop. It was his most poppiest sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but it doesn't sound of the 80s.
Nope.
We know it's from the 80s because we were, there and thereabouts at the time. But it's when you listen to this sort of stuff much later, it's got that timelessness that like the Beatles have, or the Stones have, or Elvis, if you like that. It has a timelessness that doesn't sound of its time. So when you listen to Madonna, some of the Madonna stuff is quite synth heavy or has that sort of very 80s production. So it's, you go, oh yeah, it's the 80s period. other than the fact when you watch the video and you see they're playing electronic drums, which was big in the 80s,
Yeah,
you
let's bring him
wouldn't.
back.
There's nothing audibly in like in the production or the tone or the instruments used that is very that's 80s Prince or
Well, but I think any elements that you are like, as you say, I think there's so many other elements. You know, there's mass genre elements, and I love the funkiness that he can bring to anything. But you know, like kind of those less in this than most, but those tinges of kind of rock, soul, 70s influences, and as you say, I think like a man before his time in nearly everything that he did. So that even those 80s elements in there, because they're smushed together with all these other things, I think that's what makes it timeless. Is that you go, well, yeah, that's part of it. So you wouldn't necessarily, video aside and your electronic drums, but then I wouldn't put it past him if, you know, bless if he was still around today and he was knocking out a video, that he wouldn't have electronic drums in one now, because it's in his head the thing that it needs. And you know, I sort of said about the complexity that comes across even in some of his, for him, what might have been some of his simplistic is things like that. I think he has that genius ear that the great artists have of going, what this song needs right here is, and fill in A, B, C, D, E, but it would be something that a lot of people would never be able to put together. You know, like there would be, you know, I know piano, I'll put piano in, whereas he'll go, this needs, this needs, and you know, like there were bits of it like where go to the video, like, man, I wanted to be in that video, like, I don't think I want to be in that video though unless I'm watching Prince do that video. Because the idea of organised dancing in unison is something that fills me with fear. But I go, that looks like the best unified dancing you would ever do, and like the kind of clap. I mean, there are degrees like of where you go, not unlike a family wedding dance routine that you might see, but it looks brilliant because it's him, and I like. You know, look, the music's amazing, and we will sort of like stick in that area, but. Just the guy had a distinct style in everything, didn't he? So you look at like that cloud suit that he's wearing, and if
no one else would ever get away with.
Yeah, and if you said to me, do you know what? Wear a light blue suit with clouds on. I probably would seek medical professional help for you. And I look at that and I just go, of course, he looks brilliant in it, and you know that's and that's part of the mystique of him, and it all felt and feels genuine. This doesn't feel like an act. I feel like I am getting him. This is probably maybe not, but this is probably what he'd do on a Saturday afternoon. He probably would have a party and have people do a dance routine and be wearing that. And like, you know, like oozes charisma. So like when he's doing the song, and I think that there's one of the words that kept coming through my head throughout that song is everything is so brilliant but so effortless for him, isn't it? Like, and you know, even like the like kind of the looks of the cameras or the smile he gives when he's delivering some of the lyrics, and you just know that he loves what he is doing here, and it's got such a genuinely high level of ability behind it, natural ability, that it's quite a wonder to watch.
Yes.
By the way, in the background, and I wrote down a note to remind myself, and the drummer from the Revolution, I wrote down, looks like the love child of Hans Gruber and Ellis from Die Hard. So, you know, feel free to go back and see whether that's right or not. There was also one bit where I felt like I saw Doc Brown from Back to the Future in the background, but I think I just saw a man with crazy white hair. But yeah, brilliant. Loved it. Like, more of that, please. I don't mind putting in 8,000 copyright claims if I get to listen to Prince songs over and over again.
So, as always, down there, if you've never heard Prince before, let us know what you think of
Yeah,
Raspberry
and
Beret.
you know, like if people recommend it, great. But if this is your first experience of hearing Prince and you can contain yourself from listening to more, let us know because we'll get more on the channel. Because yeah, as I said, I'll never not like getting a Prince song on here.
Yes. So, as always, like, subscribe, ringing bells, and until next time, good day.